We'll go through the master module. In the master module, we have administration. Basically, administration is where we carry out all administrative settings that affect all the other modules on the HR master. So we'll start with user role. The user role, this is where we populate or we add the roles that each and every user of the system will be assigned. For example, we can have admins, directors, employee, head of departments, accounts. So when you click on add data, then you should be able to add data and give rights. So next we have user role, employee access. On user role, employee access, here is where we assign like to which extent a certain user role can access the system. For example, we can decide maybe if it is a particular user role. Let me show you. Like let's say if you decide now to select one user role here, maybe accounts, you can decide maybe the accountant will only be able to access one particular location, the accountant. Maybe head of department can, maybe you will be able to access information on only people on accounts department. Next we have login. Login here is now where you assign employee to their rights. So here you come, you select all the employees. If they are just users, then you assign them the user role. If it's an admin or HR, you give them the admin rights. For example, on my database, employee 001 is just been given employee, then employee 003 is head of department. So different users have different access roles. So we have database utility. Database utility here is whereby we are able to take backup on the system. You can be able to take backup. We can be able to update the database. Also, you can be able to trigger the audit trail so that in case somebody is changing something on the system, then they should be able to see the same information. So database utility mostly is carried out with maybe HR side or IT person, so they do the database utility. Next we have, so here are the functionality. You can click on update database, you can audit setting, then you can do the backup. So we have year end. Year end is carried out once in a year, so whereby after a transaction year, maybe calendar year which start on 1st of January to 31st of December, so you come and do the year end process. This will carry forward, maybe if you have any leaves that are pending, so they will be carried forward. So we have basic settings. On settings here, this is one of settings also. So we are able to create email server. We put the setting for email so that the system can be able to send the emails using the SMTP that have been provided depending on, for example, so you have general settings, you have email settings. So here is where you set email of serial generated setting. Here you can be able to create serial, like for example, if you want payroll to be auto generated by the system, we do that. So we have authentication settings, then we have medical settings. So here is one of settings that are done during installation and implementation. So we have report criteria. We have several report criteria that are on the system. So let's give. So we have report criteria. Let me just go back to report criteria. On report criteria, here we have several reports that are configured with the system. So you put like the title and subtitles. So next we go to export import. On export import, here we can export out data in bulk. For example, the existing data that's in the system. Also we can import, for example, when we have bulk like employee that are joining the company, you do, rather than keying in an employee by employee, you do. So on export data, there are several things you can export out, which will be exported on Excel sheet. You can export out a blank template, that is with titles. It's a blank Excel sheet with titles. You can download template with demo data that is system hard coded, like example. Then you can download application with several. So we have several things that you can export out of the system. You can export out employee information, you can export out contact information, you can export the list of banks. So everything here you can then export out. Same thing, you can import that information on the system. So everything that can be captured, you can export it out or you can import in. So we have error log viewer. Error log viewer helps the system programmers to be able to identify place of error. In case the system have an error, it will be logged in this error log viewer. So we have report writer integration. This system can be integrated with the report writer so that you can be able to customize your own report. So it can be integrated with the crystal reports so that on your own you can be able. So here is where we integrate, we put the shortcut for. So we have password policy. Password policy, this is where you set all the password. You put parameters that will govern the password. This system is self-service system whereby a user can be able to log in on the system and put in password. Username will be your own name, just like I said on the home page, but the password then the system requires a password. So these are parameters. For example, if you want a blank password, you want minimum, maximum. So all those settings are set here. Then we have block release user. On block release user, here we have an option whereby you want to deny a user access to the system for a short period of time. So you do block release user. If I click on employee like 01 and click block, then they are not able to log in until I unlock. Then you'll be given chances to log onto the system. We have user defined fields. User defined fields, these are fields that users can create on their own. For example, the system, maybe there's a way of you classifying. We can classify users by maybe department, name, designation, titles, grade. But if you have a unique like option of classifying which is not catered for, you can come here and you create your own user defined fields. So we have copy reporting structure. This system is based on the flow of reporting. For example, when you apply leave, it goes to the approver 1, 2, 3, depending on how you do your flow. So sometimes each and every module has its own reporting structure. So if you want to copy from maybe one module, which is appraisal, to employee, you can do that so that there is no repetition. Report layout, these are how reports are designed, but you can decide to alter the reports. Then you can do it here on report layout. We have audit database setting and audit setting. On audit database setting, here is where we put the setting. The system can be audited, so to see who changed what. So all the audit database settings are put here. So when you click on audit settings, So here we select all the things that we want to be saved, the tables. So all this will select which module we want to be audited. Okay, so we have HR settings. On HR settings, here is where we select the team of the HR. Where we select the HR manager, then you can add as many as possible. When you select them, they will get notification, for example, for leave. When people apply leaves, they'll get notification. Once they're approved also, we can be able to get the notification. So we have policy files. Policy files here is where we load all the policy in PDF form or Word format, so that the employee can be able to read their policy on their own. Maybe a policy on leave, so that once they log on leave, they should be able to read which policy governs them. So then we have theme settings. Now theme setting here is if you want to change the theme or the colors. If you want to set it to be blue, to be orange, to be red, to be purple, so all those you can be able to do it here. So we have menu label setting and general label setting. Menu label setting is if you want to change the wordings of the menu. Like for example, user role, you want to change anyone, then you should be comfortable to change. Like for change, you can decide, like on the masters where we are doing currently, you want to change the wordings, for example, you want to change this first word to read maybe roles only. So once you type here roles, when you type here roles and you save, the system will pick it rather than user role, then it picks as roles. So then we have general label setting. That's basic general setting that applies across the all system. Same idea of changing. Like for example, you want to change. For example, you want to change on general. Let me just click on general. So you want to change like view, search by order, so you should be able to do that. So we have email templates. So we have this system is mail based, whereby if a transaction is done, it sends the email. So all the emails are configured on the system. But if you want to edit on any existing email, so then you come on template, then you click on add data, then you should be able to edit on any email template. So we have audit setup. Here is where you select all the tables that you want audited on the system. Then you click, it's a one-off settings. Most of master's option here, these are one-off settings. So you select all them, then you click save. Then there should be, all this table will be audited. So then we have audit records. Audit records is if you want to audit the record on the system now. You want to see what was changed on which table, then you should be able to get that information. So after audit settings, so here you select which table you want audited, then you can select from which date up to which date. Once you click refresh, then that information will appear here. Okay, so we have self-approval. Self-approval is setting. We have scenarios whereby we have people, maybe they approve for themselves leave, they approve for themselves appraisal. So you come here and you select the employee, then you select which module. For example, they want to do self-approval. So once you do that, then once, like for example, they approve, they apply for leave, they will approve themselves. So you will select which module you want for self-approval, module type, then you select, then you will input, you select approval manager, then you click save. So that is the administrative part of the masters. We have geographical. Geographical is where you add country, add state, you add city, add area, then you should be able to add you add country. Once you add data, you can add all the countries that are available. So on state, then also you can be able to add all the states. Cities, you do that. So here is just repopulating data. Add data and then you add. This one will be used the modulus drop down. Okay. So then we have company structure. So company structure, here on company structure, there are several things that are carried out on the company structure. For example, we have company. You can add as many companies as possible. If you have maybe multi companies within organization, then we should be able to add all those companies here. So currently we have only Bit Plus, so you can add another one and you put the logo. So branches, so here we have branches and location, but on HR master we don't use branches, so we'll use this next button, which is location. So on the locations, then you can add all the branches that are available. So let me just click on location, we see. So currently these are the locations. You can add as many locations as possible. When you click on add data, then it will add all the data on the system. So we'll type in the location name. So anyway, you see asterisks, these are mandatory fields. Number of 0, then was that maybe it's in Kenya. Then you click save. So the same way we've added location master, you should be able to add also departments, list of those departments. If you have any sub department, you should be able to add all the sub departments that are available. Designation, you should be able to add designation, occupation, class, currency that are available, holiday. If you have week offs, then you input there. If you have category, then you input there. So then this system enables us, we can be able to create events on the system so that it notify all the employees. So when you click on event type, you can add event. Currently I've added internal event, then you have external event. Those are event type. So then also news, we can have, you decide you want to pass news across using the system, so you come up with news, maybe internal use, then external use. Okay, so here we have visa type. Also, if you want to put all those type of visa, then that one can be captured. For example, we have expatriate, we have residential, so you can put all those, so that on employee module, once you want to identify it, maybe you are dealing with expatriate, you want them to show some, to assign them the kind of visa they have, then you select it here. So we have company event. Now here is where you create a company event. For example, you have maybe end of year of a leadership company, then you'll come and click here, or team building. So once you click on add data, then you should be able to see the information. You should be able to create information that will pass to employee. So event type will select if it is internal or external. Then you put event name, maybe team building. You select from which day the event will go to which day. Event start what time and what time is expected. Event location, you type in location. Country, you put the country. Select the event state. So then event presenter in case you have them. Number of attendees in case you have. So event color, you have to select an event color because we have something called event calendar that shows in this particular month, these are the events that we have. So if you're the one who created, you say your event. Then event partners in case you're partnering with the event. So event files, in case you have any files that you want to attach, maybe it's a flyer, a brochure, so you put it there. Event photos, in case you have photos that you want to tag that will be sent via email to the employees, then it should be there. Then you have email settings. Here's where you specify. It goes to HR manager, can go to specific employee. So you will click add and then you select the list of employee. It can be maybe one branch or one department, you select that department. If you choose to all, it will send to everyone. Okay. So once you click save, the system automatically sends them with this information where the event will be, date, time, venue. In case you have any partners, then that should be there. So we have company news. Company news is you want to pass news. It can be a memo. You want to pass to a certain department only. So you come here and you click add data. Just the way we did company event. So the company news also is done on that manner. So you select news type. If it's a memo, it's an internal memo, external news name, you put the title, the date, you pass information. Same thing if you have any photo that you want to tag along, so you can do that. Then you can put the news overview, you type in there. If you have any description, you can describe in this open field. New photos, you want to add any new photos. So email, you decide to whom you want this information to go. You can decide to go to a certain department only. When you click here and you search by department, it gives you the list of all the people in that department. You select them, then you send the email. Then they will be notified via their work email. Okay. So then we have event partners. In case you have any partners, then that information is captured here. So we have event calendar. So if you've created an event, several events, okay? If, for example, we've created several events on a given month, the system should be able to give us a calendar, so that by a glance over the calendar, we should be able to say this event runs from this day to this particular day. Okay, that is the event calendar. So by scrolling on it, rather than just going to your file, then you should be able to see this event calendar. So in a given month, you should be able to see, like currently we are on August. You can scroll to the front or you can go back, see August, then you see September, which event we had at this particular time. So we have bank. You should be able to add all the list of banks, so that once we add an employee, when we're putting his bank details, we select the bank on a drop down, then we should be able to select the bank. So currently we have 2, so you can click add data, you can add as many banks as possible. Okay, so after bank, then bank branches. just the way we're adding banks, you can do that. Company calendar is you choose calendar. If it's a default, you select it starts from 1st to 31st, 1st of January, 31st of December. But if you have another alternative calendar, you should be able to configure the same. Maybe it starts from 1st of July to 31st of June the following year. So if employee event type, those are all the events that we've attached to employee, they should be able to see that. So if office contact, it picks the contact of office. So we have boarding process. So boarding process, these are a checklist that are assigned to new employees at entry to organization, that they'll be checked during maybe first 6 months of probation or 3 months of probation. So boarding process template, here is where we configure all the emails, so that in case we want the system to be sending those employees on probation, that one should be there. Okay. So master configuration, this is the master setting that we put across, so that any configuration on the masters are set up. Okay, like who follows who in case of an event, where does the event go? So we have that. So we have master quota. Master quota is in case we have scenario whereby we have first quarter, second, third, fourth quarter in an organization, maybe used for purposes of appraisal, then that is found there. So master reporting structure, maybe you want to create organization unit, then you do a like flow of reporting on the masters. Okay, so we have master template. After we have master template. Master template, this is email template mostly. Maybe if we change a department, if we edit anything, the email goes to the admin, then we can add all those emails. We have master label settings. On master label setting, here is where if we're doing any label setting on the system, so we use master label setting. You want to change the wordings, maybe you want to change holiday to read to be in a wording that is user friendly, then we do that. So after company structure, we will go to education details. So remember, the masters here, we just populating data, we adding data. So we have university here. You'll input all the list of all the universities that are relevant to your company settings. So you can put one by one, or alternatively you can import. You remember we said there's an option of importing that data. So you put the list of the university on Excel sheet, then you import on the system. Same thing to degrees. So you come here on the degrees, you add. Then once you've added, then maybe bachelor marketing, so you put that. Specialization, also you put the list of, I can be a graduate of BCom, but I've majored in my specialization in marketing, finance. For soft skills, you put a list of short courses that maybe somebody has done. If it's an IT guy, he's done CCNA. If it's a HR, maybe a certificate in HR, licensing. So those are professional courses that somebody has done. So qualification type. So qualification type here is where we categorize. So we can say maybe it's a master's degree, it's a bachelor's degree, it's a diploma, it's a diploma certificate, maybe high school certificate. So we put them. So education mode is already configured on the system. It's either you're full-time, maybe you're part-time, or you're corresponding student. So this list that we're creating here will be used on employee when we're specifying, like when we are doing employee details for each and every employee. Then we should get those list of universities on the system. So after that, then we have general. On general now, we can put Also here we're populating data, we're putting a list of data, so all the languages, marital status, nationalities. So you click add data, then you put that list of maybe nationality, Kenyan, Ugandan, Indian. So ethnicity you can put, religion if you want to capture people's religion, tribe if you want to capture relation. So is it a wife, husband, son, daughter, father or mother? So this one you input it here. Okay, so document type, this is a list of all the documents that we'll use on the system. Can be maybe ID, alien ID, can be, so depending on what you want to put a list on, then you can put the list of document type here. So then we have quotes. Quotes in case you want to pass a daily quote or a weekly quote to employee. At administration end, you can add a quote. So we have vehicle type. Here is where you create all the, in case we giving a company cars or vehicles to employees, they want to assign which employee has which car, to come here and define maybe a Toyota, Prado, maybe a Viv. So all those we input it here. Industry is we capturing maybe previous employee, past employee, where he or she was working previously. We come up with a list of industries that are relevant, maybe manufacturing, production, building. So depending on which, or mostly what we do, it will guide us on populating industry. So after that, then you can be able to see all the reports here. So basically the reports on masters is just the list of all the data that you've inputted or imported on the system. For example, you can decide to check list of all the university, then you shall be able to get that. Okay, you can decide to get list of all the holidays you have, then you can calculate that. Maybe languages. So the masters, basically you should be able to get that.